Friends, welcome to my channel. Before listening to this story, I will ask you to like and subscribe. It's not difficult for you, but it's nice for me, and we're starting. Laura and James Laura began to unpack her suitcase and wondered when her husband Sean would arrive. He surprised her with a cruise to the Bahamas to revive their marriage. Speaking of surprises, he only told her about it last night. All she had to do was pack her things. Sean freed up time for vacation at her job and informed both parents. The only thing she couldn't do in advance was to call James her lover. Laura was glad that soon all these hide-and-seek and lies would be over. Her affair with James was over. It's time, given the likelihood that she and Sean will soon have a baby. However, she was glad that she had managed to start an affair before the birth of the child. It was a one-off, first and last affair to confirm her attractiveness to other men. Thinking about it, she wondered why she had agreed to date James in the first place. He was handsome and charming, and love was exciting at first. At one time, she believed that there must be an element of love to justify having a lover. Now she had to admit that it was just lust. Love was good, but definitely not worth risking her marriage. Thank God they were careful. Neither Sean nor James's wife Donna found out anything. It's better to end this now and not tempt fate anymore. Laura hoped Sean was being truthful when he said he was ready to have children after the cruise. Having children was one, though not the main reason to get married. She wanted to be a mother so much. In her mind, she redid the guest room twice, once for a boy, once for a girl. The best part of her life was about to begin. She was so happy. The sound of the key entering the door sent a thrill through Laura's heart. She planned to greet Sean with the tightest hugs and the most passionate kiss she was capable of. When the door opened, she gasped, "James, you can't come in. Sean will be here any minute. Go away." "Laura," James shouted, "what are you doing here? Donna should be here soon. This is our cabin." Neither of them seemed to know what to do except tell the other to get out. After a few agonizing seconds, James hit himself on the head and said, "Oh shit. Now I understand. This should be our cabin, yours and mine." "What are you talking about? Don't you understand? They found out. For some reason, your husband and my wife decided to arrange a lover's cruise for us, perhaps as a parting gift to our marriages. No, this can't be happening. It doesn't make any sense. Sean told me that he had arranged this cruise and said he would have to meet me late because of the last business detail. He told me that this cruise was a way to strengthen our marriage and prepare for the birth of children." Donna told me the same thing, almost verbatim. Something about the way she said it to me sounded a little off. Now I know why. "Are you sure? What if they show up?" "Show me your ticket." James studied the piece of paper and explained. "Listen, we have reserved seats in the same cabin. You can wait before unpacking if you want to see if Sean's coming. But I think we're caught." "I'm calling Sean. This must be some crazy mistake." She dialed the number but got nothing. The second attempt yielded the same results. "Damn it. The phone company must still be updating them. That's why I didn't call you last night." "Who told you that the phones don't work?" "Sean." "Guess what Donna said to me last night when I said I needed to call someone? The phones probably don't work because they disconnected us from the phone plan. They knew that we would try to call each other." "Nope, this can't be happening. I was going to end our affair after the cruise. I need my husband and my marriage. I want to have children, Sean's children. Quick, let's get off the ship." "It's too late. The ship has already left the dock. We have a couple of days before our first port. I'll get off there and go home. I'll beg him not to do anything stupid." "How will you get home?" "I'll catch the return flight." "And how will you pay for it?" "With a credit card, of course." "So you're assuming our credit cards are valid?" "I hadn't thought of that." Of course, he's not that sneaky. "Go to the treasurer and see if you can take anything off the card. I'll go with you and check mine too." Their trip to the treasurer confirmed James's prediction. Their credit cards were declined. They went online and found that half of their joint accounts had been cut off. ATM cards could have provided access to joint accounts if they had not been canceled. The treasurer allowed them to call the couple, but both received the message. The number is no longer in service. "So, Laura, how much cash do you have?" "About $300. Do you have it?" "About $250. It doesn't look like we're going to be doing any side trips. I think we're stuck for the rest of the cruise. I assume you have a return ticket." "There is. What should I do now? This is going to be the worst week of my life. How could I be so stupid?" "Well, we can enjoy the cruise. No one knows what awaits us." All I want is to cry and think about how to get my husband back. That's fine. I'll unpack and go see what I can do for free. You don't think we're going to share a cabin, do you? Laura, we've been making love for months now when we thought our spouses didn't know anything. What's so special about sharing a room when they know? Well, maybe Sean would be more forgiving if I told him that we didn't share a cabin during the cruise. You're really delusional. Good luck with this story. Laura and James shared a cabin and a cruise bed. Laura agreed to cuddle up to James on the nights he stayed in the cabin, but no love. He found another woman who invited him to her cabin for a couple of nights. All Laura did was eat, sleep, cry, and prepare her speech when she saw Sean. She expressed optimism about Sean's forgiveness. James rolled his eyes instead of laughing at her naivety. Their luggage was taken by bus to the airport. They sat next to each other on the way back. They didn't talk much. At the baggage claim counter in their hometown, James saw a man with a sign on which his and Laura's names were written. The man said he was hired to take them home. As soon as James and Laura got into the car, the driver handed each of them an envelope. You have been served. I thought you were the driver. And that too. I was paid to drive you and serve you. You should read the letters from your spouses. I'll take you both to 1353 Westwood Avenue. This is my house, James said. What about the lady? I was told to take you both there. The answer may be in a letter. Each envelope contained a letter with separate petitions for divorce. Laura and James, we hope you both enjoyed the cruise. No. If you think that treating the two of you to a cruise was some kind of sign of affection, leave that thought. I, Sean, bought the cruise tickets before I even found out about your cheating. They were non-refundable. After Donna and I got together to confirm the cuckolding to both of us, I think the term is the same for a woman as for a man, we came up with the idea of sending you two on a cruise. We needed time to get our affairs in order, pun intended. We have a mutual divorce lawyer, which would probably be a good idea for the two of you. At least it will be cheaper. Receiving a letter is the beginning of a 90-day breakup. This will allow us all to get used to the fact that we are not married to our current spouses. Instead of having 4 houses, we decided that Donna would move in with me. Laura can move in with James. In case you're wondering, Donna and I didn't have a romantic relationship. We didn't even have revenge love. It's not because Donna and I don't find each other attractive. That's because we don't think we should make love to anyone else until we get divorced. What a strange concept. Do not use anyone other than your spouse. I think I've heard that somewhere before. Oh yes, our marriage vows. Or were they just marriage proposals for the two of you? The next 90 days of separation is what we propose to use to negotiate the division of assets. Donna took everything she wanted from her house. Most of the things went into storage. Laura, all your things are packed in boxes and are at James's house. Oh, before I forget, there's something we didn't leave for any of you. All the wedding photos and albums were thrown away. If you need them, you can look for them at the city dump. Hey, you ruined our marriage. It seems like a fair deal to destroy the wedding photos. Obviously, getting married didn't mean the same thing to you as it did to me. Please spare us the excuses from the leadership of the traitors. There's no excuse for what you two did, and you've done it over and over again. Forget about counseling, at least marriage counseling, unless you both think it will help your future marriage with each other. But there is another thing related to whether a traitor who marries a traitor can ever trust his spouse. We know we couldn't, so we don't need marriage counseling. We really need to talk about asset allocation. We didn't ask for anything unusual in the petition. In general, it's 50-50 for Laura and me. Donna has a prenuptial agreement that doesn't give James much to gain. I see that half is unfair, but I can't expect anything better if we go to court. Is it fair for Laura to get half when she committed a crime and I didn't? There must be more serious consequences for the two of you, otherwise you may not feel punished. If you are not punished, you can believe that you will get away with it again, regardless of whether you get married or marry other people. What punishment to impose on you two, Donna and I have been discussing for many hours. By the way, James, that 20-year-old scotch you kept is just wonderful. I'm sorry, but the bottle is empty now. Donna was very creative in her suggestions. However, most of them were illegal. That's where we left off. Copies of photos, videos, and recordings of you two in the throes of tender bliss will be distributed to everyone in our families, schools, churches, neighborhoods, and anyone we can remember. I hope this has caught your attention. What we really want to do is to strengthen your desire to settle the terms of the divorce as soon as possible. Some may regard our offer as a threat or blackmail. We consider this an incentive. We also discussed whether to sue the company you both work for. They don't have a fraternization policy, and we have no evidence that your dates took place in the office or during work. It's a pity. We could use some money. I think you're lucky in that regard. Communication. All future communications should be carried out through our lawyers. We both have new phone numbers that only our lawyers know. The contact information of our lawyer is listed below. We propose to hold 1 or 2 meetings at which we will try to smooth over any differences. There are things like insurance, real estate, loans, mortgages, alimony, etc., which can be transactions that we exchange rather than divide in half. These sessions will be used only for asset calculations. We do not expect excuses, apologies, explanations, or requests for forgiveness or advice. Donna and Sean. Laura was crying. The loss of her husband and the loss of his future children tore at her heart from the inside. James tried to comfort her. His depression didn't go away until he saw his house. Boxes and boxes of Laura's belongings filled his living room. All of Donna's photos, as well as most of her belongings, are missing. The first time he really realized that it was real. His wife left and he was stuck with a woman he was only interested in when they were in bed. Laura packed up her basic things and the clothes she needed for a couple of days. Where's the guest bedroom? The guest bedroom? Honey, if you stay here, we'll sleep in the same bed, and I don't just mean sleep. I'll be torn to shreds in a divorce. Donna's father made me sign a prenuptial agreement. Caught cheating, I get nothing. It's your fault that I got caught. You owe me a lot more love than you've given me so far. Why do you think it's my fault that they found out? It might as well have been you. We both considered ourselves cautious. I do not know how they found out. And you? I just know that I was very careful. It doesn't change anything. You're either in my bed or outside the door. I choose the door. She packed up some things and put them in the car. Sean, at least, brought the car to James's house. What are you going to do with my other things? I'll give you 72 hours, not a minute more. It should be great. Laura paused and added, I regret my role in causing harm to both our marriages. Good luck with the divorce. After checking into the motel and getting enough sleep, Laura got ready for work. She was looking forward to the daily routine to take her mind off her situation. The distraction didn't last long. Laura met her best friend at work, Debbie. Debbie found out about the cruise when Sean gave Laura a day off. He told her that Sean and Laura would reconnect, preparing for the birth of children. Laura, since you don't have much of a new tan, I'm guessing you and Sean were busy in the cabin making babies. Instead of the wide smile Debbie expected, Laura's face wrinkled and she began to cry. Laura ran into her office. Debbie followed her. The history of the cruise, the letter, and the divorce statement were shown to a friend. Then both women began to cry, Sean and Donna. Well, Donna, I think they've already returned. How do you feel about what we've done? Terribly and contentedly. I really don't want to put an end to my marriage, but I like that we didn't let them get away with it. Our marriages didn't seem to mean anything to them. I feel like I've been fooled my whole married life. Well, it probably won't be that long. As far as we know, they've only been together for a few months. Sean, do you think their desire to change appeared just a few months ago? I think their undying love for us began to die a few months after the honeymoon. If not, what happened that suddenly caused them to cheat? I understand your point of view. I still can't figure out why she did it in the first place. I had no idea that she was anything other than a devoted wife and a woman willing to have children with me. Thank God I caught her before we had children. It would be a real mess to get divorced when a child is involved. Do you think James will fight the divorce or not? If I put up a prenuptial agreement, he will probably challenge it. Otherwise, he will get almost nothing. He only brought in about $10,000 in marriage. Do you think the photos of them entering and leaving the motel room will be enough to prove adultery? On the one hand, I would really like us to have a video of them actually making love. On the other hand, I think the video with them will burn my brain. These photos probably won't be enough evidence, at least on their own. I need Laura to testify so that this is the right shot. I don't know. It sounds strange, but Laura has pretty high moral standards, except for cheating on her husband. She could cheat on me, but she can also tell the truth about this affair. Can you talk to her for me? Maybe. Let's play by ear for now. You take care of your divorce, and I'll take care of mine. As far as I understand, there is no hurry. By the way, how long do you think you can put up with me here before you kick my skinny ass out of here? As for me, you can stay here as long as you want. I was surprised how comfortable I was living with you and how quickly we established a routine. I enjoyed our conversations and mutual comfort." Sean paused and smiled. "And after a thorough examination, your ass is not skinny. Thank God you noticed. Now I don't need to put a testosterone supplement in your food. I've been trying my best to get some kind of lift out of you. From time to time, I need to be sure that I am still a desirable woman. I noticed, but please don't stop trying." They were both smiling. It took more than a month before Sean and Laura made an appointment. Since James had not seen any photographs, he disputed the claim of proof of adultery. Donna's divorce will take longer. Each of Sean and Laura's lawyers came with a list of points to negotiate. Laura's lawyer was allowed to go first. "My client requests that all checks and savings be divided equally between her and her husband. She offers to keep the car and give the loan to her. His name should be deleted from the title. In return, she offers to remove her name from the name of his car, and he will take out a loan. Both parties will purchase their own car insurance. As for the house, she suggests either selling it and dividing the capital, or he can buy it back by paying her half of the capital, as suggested by a certified real estate appraiser. She will be excluded from the contract if he retains ownership." Sean's lawyer replied, "We have no problem with these conditions. Her husband decided to sell the house. He will put it up for sale within 90 days. What else does she want?" Laura's lawyer spoke up. "My client agrees to your terms only if your client talks to her alone for an hour." "No," Sean said. "Then my client requests that 12 counseling sessions be required. If your client refuses to participate, we will file a petition for the payment of alimony in the amount of $3,000 per month and the loss of equity in the house. You know we can get both with the right judge." Sean's lawyer informed him that local judges like to give advice and allow his wife to stay in the house. Although she probably won't get $3,000 a month in alimony and a house, she'll probably get a lot more than he offered. The lawyer further advised Sean to accept the 1-hour deal and be glad that there are no worse demands. "My client will give his wife 1 hour, provided that she signs the agreement in advance." "Sean, would you agree to talk to me instead of just sitting here?" Sean was angry, but agreed. "He never lied to me. I accept it." When Sean and Laura were alone, he told her, "We'll finish at 3:32. I deserve it. You promised to listen to me." Sean nodded and stared at her. "Sean, I've sinned. I have sinned against you and God. I'm not going to make excuses to you. I gave myself a hard time when I convinced myself that everything was fine. I lied to myself as well as to you and God. I cheated. I broke my marriage vows. I betrayed the person I love more than anything in the world. I deserve to be punished. I think you'll probably agree with what I just said." Sean nodded again. "The question is punishment. Is divorce too much of a punishment? Is a second chance too much? Please imagine a scale of justice. As for the divorce, put the weight of my adultery on these scales. This causes the negative side to go down. Is there anything else you want to put on the negative side? Were there any other reasons why I wasn't a good wife to you? Besides having a lover, have I ever disrespected you in our marriage? Has anyone ever come to you with negative words about my behavior or tried to tell you that I spoke badly behind my back? Have I ever refused to love you, even when I was having an affair? Did you ever doubt my love for you until you found out about me and James?" Sean shook his head. "Sean, is there anything you can mention about me that might go to the positive side of the scale? The side that might give me a second chance? Do you believe that I was an evil cheater when you married me? No, you are the most perfect person I've ever known. That's why your betrayal hurts so much. What have I done to turn you into a cheater?" It was hard for him not to cry. "Sean, honey, it wasn't you. You were all I needed. The problem was that I convinced myself that I wanted more and deserved it. What about our family life? Did I do anything wrong? Laura, you have become not only my wife, but also my best friend. I wanted to hear about your day when I came home. You seemed to want to hear about mine. I felt guilty for spending too much of our budget on things for me, while you barely asked for money. I liked talking to you about politics, even though you're almost always wrong." He made them both smile. "I liked our conversations about children and our future. I never ever checked on you when I was on business trips. We loved each other too much, or so it seemed to me. I know you said it was all your fault, but I can't help but wonder if I took you for granted or did something else that made you turn to James." He was crying now. "Look at the scales, Sean. Is it anywhere close to equilibrium? Do you have any love for me to put on the side of a second chance? I know it's hard to believe in any promises I make after I broke our marriage vows, but I swear on the lives of our unborn children that I will never betray you again. Please give me a second chance. Sean thought about his choice until he got a headache. Laura, it's going to take me a while to get that image of you and James making love in a motel room out of my head. I'll agree to have my lawyer hold the divorce papers that we just signed on one condition, if you agree to testify against James in Donna's divorce. What will I testify about? James challenged the photos of you and him leaving the motel room as proof that you made love to him. From a legal point of view, he is probably right. You would have testified that you had love with him. So you lied when you said you had a video of us making love. Well, there's nothing we can do about it now. Sean, it's not hard for me to tell the truth about this affair. Of course, we made love in a motel room. I'm sorry that I jeopardized 2 marriages, but I won't lie to save James from punishment. He's not worth lying for. He and I both deserve to be punished. I just wish it wasn't a divorce. Thanks. I'll tell my lawyer. Sean, what does this mean about our life agreement? Will you let me go back to the house? Donna lives there now. We'll have to wait. I don't want to kick her out until she has a place, but I also promised to put our house up for sale. If you postpone the divorce, you won't have to sell the house. I'll be ready to wait until Donna leaves while you and I spend time together. Maybe we should date again. We are 2 changed people. We need to rediscover ourselves and our relationships. With God's help, we will come back, love, and be ready to fill our house with children. I'm not sure I can fill the house, but I'd like to. I like the idea. I'll tell Donna. Donna wasn't as pleased with the news as Sean had expected, but she forced herself to smile and said, "Thank you." When James heard that Laura was ready to testify that they had made love at the motel, he capitulated. He was surprised that Donna agreed to pay off his car loan and credit card to compensate him for the loss of his half of the equity in their house. In the current housing market, selling their house would barely cover the loan and the seller's fee. Alimony was not included in the prenuptial agreement. Sean was puzzled that Donna was being so condescending and asked her about it. I really wanted to burn that bastard. His betrayal hurt me more than anything ever. Then I looked at you. You were badly injured, but you couldn't be vindictive towards Laura. The scale of justice made me change my mind. James and I had a mostly positive marriage before their affair. Dad thinks I'm crazy, but I feel much better after the divorce than if I'd retaliated more cruelly. Thank you, Sean, for everything. She hugged him and kissed him passionately. Sean was surprised. The kiss warmed him up and challenged his notion that Donna was not the kind of woman he should be interested in lovingly or romantically. Donna, I am. I'm sorry, Sean, but you're so dear to me. It's been killing me at times that I can't show you how much I care about you. I hope you'll forgive me. Forgive you? I wanted to rip off your clothes and make love to you. This is the most excited thing I've had since it all started. Damn girl, you sure can kiss. So you want to try again? More than anything in the world. The problem is I'm trying to figure out if I can give Laura a second chance. How can I do this if we're having an affair? First of all, if we date, it won't be an affair. Now we are both legally exempt from marriage vows. Secondly, who says that you can't give me the first chance at the same time as giving Laura the second? Sean's logic and libido vied for control of parts of his body. I need time to think. I'm going to sleep alone and see if I can sleep. Sean went to the bed. The choice of options has become neither clearer nor easier. Donna knocked on the open door. She was wearing a nightgown that became transparent in the light of the hallway. Sean, can I sleep next to you tonight? I have trouble sleeping. I promise to be good. You are welcome. Although he knew it was a bad idea, he gave up. Okay, if you promise. She slid into bed next to him and put her hand on him and her foot on his leg. Donna kissed him on the cheek. Thanks. It took Sean a while to fall asleep. It was a restless dream with many dreams. He was at a nudist beach with Laura. They were drinking umbrella drinks on a mat under a palm tree. Laura looked at him longingly. She started kissing him and gradually went down to his genitals. Soon she was jumping up and down and begging him to let her swallow his seed. Suddenly, Sean woke up and saw Donna doing fellatio on his instrument. It was the best moment of his life. He hesitantly asked her to stop. She disobeyed and was rewarded with a huge load. I thought you'd be good. Are you saying it was bad? I guess I'll have to practice a little more then. It's not fair to Laura. Haven't you heard? Everything is fair in love and war. I think I should thank you, It was the best moment of my life. It makes you wonder what else is possible, doesn't it? Indeed. Seriously, Sean, at least we'll be living together for a while. Don't you want to see if we're lovingly compatible? God, you have no idea how much I'd like that. You showed me a little bit of your body, and I stayed horny most of the night. The only thing that bothers me, other than the feeling that we should wait until the divorce, is that you're living with me because your husband is cheating on you. What happens if we find out that we are lovingly incompatible? Will it be difficult for you to stay here? I don't want you to have to move until you're ready. Damn, you're putting my feelings above your carnal lust. She smiled broadly. Damn it, Donna, what am I going to do with you? A doggy, a reverse cowboy, a missionary? James resigned himself and walked away. He was sent a copy of the divorce decree. There was no further contact with him. Sean had an active social schedule. He enjoyed dating Laura, and he began to remember what attracted him to her in the first place. She didn't press him, but she made it clear that she was ready to regain his trust in any way. Donna had no intention of moving, even though James had left the house he shared with her. Sean told Donna that they needed to talk. Donna, I am extremely happy. I have a beautiful, smart, caring woman living with me who has given me the best love life I have ever had. I also got reacquainted with the woman who has been the love of my life for many years. She hurt me, and it's hard for me to trust her. I've rekindled enough feelings for her to wonder if I'm giving you an unfair advantage when you live here and we make love. There is a vacant house. Why aren't you coming back? I will not go back home because as far as I understand, this is my home. I want to be with you. Where you and I are together, that's home. If you think I have an unfair advantage living here, then that's good for me. I'm fighting for the man I love. I don't understand why you need a woman who betrayed you when you have a woman who has never cheated on you and never will. I don't want to humiliate your sense of justice. As much as I hate the idea, I'm moving out. I plan to take your love away from Laura, regardless of our life situation. I trust your judgment. Even though you didn't say it, you love me, Sean. I know this. I will wait, but I plan that we will get married and have children. Now let's go to bed for another night, and I hope you're not going to sleep. Months passed. Laura felt better, especially after she found out that Donna had moved out. She was disappointed that Sean had never met her at their old house. Now they hugged and kissed, but there was no love. She hoped he remembered their time in bed. Most of the time they spent together, they had good memories of their courtship and marriage. They never discussed her affair. There was a 2-week break before Sean and Laura's next meeting. Laura was sure that he was going to announce his decision. She felt that she had reason to be optimistic. She sat down at a table in the conference room. Sean was there, but so was Donna. Laura sat holding back tears. Laura, I wanted you both to be here because I am constantly mentally and physically moving between you. You both need to hear what I have to say now. Our current situation is unfair to both of you. It seems to me that this is unfair to me as well. I have come to a decision. Laura, I was able to forgive you. Our last time together reminded me of the reason I fell in love with you, and how great it was to be married to you before you cheated. I was tempted to renew our marriage, of course, under certain conditions. The problem is that I can't forget. While I myself may be willing to take the risk that you remain my wife, I cannot take the risk that the mother of my children will turn out to be unreliable. No matter how bad it would be for us without the participation of children, I feel physically sick at the thought of what would have happened if we had children. Actually, Laura, I made this decision a couple of months ago. Since then, I have been working on a new divorce agreement. Laura, because of the wonderful years that you have given me for most of our marriage, I want to give you a chance to support yourself so that you can prepare for how to live on. I have no doubt that you will find a man who wants to take a chance and give him children. I have sent your lawyer new settlement terms that are much more favorable to you than the previous ones. I wish you all the best, Laura. I really want this. Sean and Donna got up to leave. Sean, can't you? Her ability to speak left her when she saw the slight bulge of Donna's stomach. She knew that she had lost what she wanted most.